With plans for stars revealed and more, this is Pro Wrestling Central. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Asked if she sees a path back to WWE following her signing with TNA Wrestling, Indy Hartwell told Chris Van Vliet, "It's not my intention right now to sign with TNA so I can go back to NXT. I went to TNA because TNA is a company I grew up watching and I feel like it's where I can thrive the most, but I am only 28, so I do feel like there is a path back to WWE someday. Like, I'm not closing the door on that. All my friends are there and there are a lot of things I couldn't do, so it's something I can see happening." During that same interview, Indy Hartwell revealed that she contemplated quitting pro wrestling after her release from WWE. First of all, I had to think, like, do I even want to keep on wrestling? I remember the night I got released, Bailey called me, she's like, "Oh, now you can have your dream match with Mercedes," and I was like, dude, I don't even know if I want to wrestle. But then I snapped out of it. I'm only 28, so I feel like I have so much more to do in wrestling, so I had to get my brain right. It's kind of crazy. I didn't know what I would have done had I quit, not hurt from being released. I think like maybe the past year or two of not getting to do much, it kind of rips away your enthusiasm for it, or love and confidence, especially confidence. That was the main thing for me. I had to get my confidence back up and remember who I was. After calling for fans to tag WWE and Triple H to get him rehired, Velveteen Dream posted this clip to social media.
Hey guys, I just want to say thank you for all the love and support you guys have shown me over the last 24 hours. I mean, it's been like a whirlwind on social media, but I'm kind of used to that at this point in my life. Just want to say thank you because I see the hashtag, we want the dream, and I appreciate that because I want my job back. I have no shame in saying that. I didn't lose my job because I sucked, unlike some people. No, I lost my job because there's this thing called the IWC, and they like to report on fake news because wrestling is fake. It makes sense to me that people who watch something fake, who love fake chaos, will continue to pour into it. But I just want you to know it's really, really affecting me. And since I have been affected, I only feel that it's right that I affect you back. It's called a cause and effect, you know? Because if Patrick Clark can't have pro wrestling, I don't think anybody should. You know, they're going so far as to compare me to Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit. They call me the most hated man in professional wrestling and loop me in with Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit is a killer. I'm not a killer, but don't push me. Because if you push hard enough, I'll kill pro wrestling for you. Velveteen Dream, that third eye, it wasn't just a gimmick. Patrick Clark has seen a lot, and I know a lot about people you love, people you're still watching on TV today. So the choice is yours, and you've already made it. I'm going to ruin pro wrestling for you. I'm going to make sure that I expose the business. And hopefully, none of us can have pro wrestling.
Revealing details on a WWE physical test that he and his brother Jeff did, Matt Hardy noted on Busted Open Radio, there were people that stated, especially vets back in the day, we'd get feedback from them and they were like, you guys gotta stop doing the style that you do or else you're both gonna be in wheelchairs by the time you're 35. Well, let it be known, I'm 50, Jeff's 47. We feel great and we feel like we're in our early 30s. We just did the real intense WWE test and they said we are both in incredible shape. They said, whatever you're doing, continue to do it. You're both in the shape of 30 to 35 year olds, so that made us feel good as well. Asked if there were ever plans in WWE for her to have a romance angle with Otis, Maxine DUPRI said this on the Gorilla Position podcast. "Not that I know of. What's his secret? I mean, he's just a lovable guy. Yeah, he is. He's a lovable oaf. I don't know that that's ever been on the table. Maybe it has, and I was unaware, but I also think they probably feel like the story with him and Mandy was so good. Yeah, it was. Like, we don't gotta, gotta let that one live on its own, I think." Providing an update on WWE acquiring AAA, Ringside News noted that WWE's latest power move could reshape the landscape of Mexican wrestling, as the sports entertainment giant is set to acquire a controlling 51% stake in AAA, according to a report from Lex Latin. Operating under the TKO Group Holdings umbrella, WWE will hold a majority interest in AAA once the deal closes in the third quarter of 2025. The remaining 49% will stay with Philip, a leading Mexican sports and entertainment firm. The value of the transaction remains under wraps, but the acquisition was first teased during the WrestleMania 41 pre-show broadcast last month. According to Lex Latin, the deal is heavily centered around AAA's intellectual property assets, including trademarks, copyrights, and licensing agreements. The report states, "The deal had a strong intellectual property component as the main value of the acquired company, part of the main assets purchased, is its intangible assets. Because of this, the transaction required an audit of these assets to verify their specific characteristics, validity, and legal status." Creel Garcia Cuellar, Isa E. Enriquez, SC, represented Philip during the negotiations, confirming that several of AAA's IP assets are embroiled in ongoing litigation. The firm noted several of the seller's IP assets were subject to litigation, necessitating an analysis of potential liabilities and risks arising from the litigation. Meanwhile, Roberto Cornish of Cornish plus Pani Abogados, who represented the sellers, emphasized the importance of AAA's character portfolio. He stated the IP due diligence also included the structuring and documentation of Triple H's valuable portfolio of characters, brands, and licensing agreements. At this time, there's no further information regarding the nature of the litigation or specific IP assets under dispute. With Penta and Rey Fenix both a part of WWE, this was said by Joey Votes on WrestleVotes Radio regarding the two brothers teaming up. The plan for the two in the near future is to have them together as a tag team. When it comes to Goldberg making a return to WWE, WrestleVotes reported that Goldberg's name has been floated internally within WWE over the past week. The first time since his Bad Blood appearance and his interactions with Gunther, feels like the inevitable return is nearing. I haven't heard anything. He started the whole thing at Bad Blood with Gunther, they haven't done anything since. McAfee's got the football background, Goldberg's got the football background. The Saudi Arabia pay-per-view is coming up. So if they want Goldberg and Gunther to take place in the Saudi Arabia PLE that happens in June, you might as well start it here in May. But again, I haven't heard if he'll be there on Saturday for Backlash, and he's not expected to be there. On X, former WWE and current AEW star Ricochet said he would squash NXT star Javon Evans, as Evans replied, "My bad, I just got done training at the Performance Center under Shawn Michaels, something that you don't have or do, but I bet yo brown egg head ass would squash me if Tony Khan told you to. Much love, OG." Ricochet replied, "Brother, I was learning from Shawn Michaels when you was like 12, then went on to become multiple-time champion. Let me know when you win one, little boy, and yeah, if Tony asked me, I'd definitely beat yo Aka. Also, by just simply mentioning my name, this is your most engaged with post. You're welcome for the exposure, kid." Javon then said, "You learned from HBK when I was 12 and became a multiple-time champion. Now you're wrestling in front of 2,000 people every week for a crackhead. Talk about an upgrade, am I right?" Evans would delete that last post, as Sean Ross Appa Fightful noted. Ricochet really trolled a guy into getting media class for the whole Performance Center. With many expecting TNA's Joe Hendry to sign with WWE once his contract with TNA is up, Ringside News said, according to PW Insider, there's been a lot of positive feedback about Joe Hendry within WWE. Many believe it's considered a lock that he'll sign with the company once he's free from his current TNA contract. It was noted that Hendry was especially praised for how he stepped in during the Randy Orton situation at WrestleMania 41, and he's also getting credit for how well he listens to feedback and for his creativity. It was added that Joe Hendry is held in very high regard. This follows Triple H's confirmation that Joe Hendry will be making appearances at future WrestleMania events. Since then, Hendry's shown up on NXT television and is even set to defend the TNA World Championship against Trick Williams at the Battleground Premium Live event this month. It was added that, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Joe Hendry was ranked as the number 2 merchandise seller for WWE last month, just behind Roman Reigns. Interestingly, he outperformed legendary names like Steve Austin, John Cena, and Jey Uso, who held the 3rd, 4th, and 5th spots respectively. Recalling the time she turned down a romance angle in AEW, Saraya noted on her Rule Breakers podcast, "Oh yeah, AEW. So there's a wrestler called Daddy Magic. They wanted me to do a love storyline with him, and I've managed to go my whole career without doing a love storyline. I wasn't going to start now, you know? And they were like, no, all he's going to do is kiss you. I had a boyfriend at the time, and I was just like, I can't do it, you guys. I just can't do it. So I turned that down. There's not really any other storyline I've turned down. It's just that if I have to kiss someone and I have a boyfriend, I don't think it's appropriate. At any stage, like, you could be at the beginning of your career and do a love storyline and stuff like that, but I don't know. I've never really had them come up to me and be like, what do you think of this? You want to kiss somebody today? I never had that until I got to AEW. Then they were like, can you kiss Daddy Magic? And I love Daddy Magic, great guy, but I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Going over Braun Strowman not having his WWE contract renewed, Dave Meltzer said this in the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Strowman's release was said to be a combination of his high salary and injuries. He had not been moving well in the ring since coming back from a major hamstring injury. One person there noted to us that he was hurt worse than people realized. Providing information on certain deals that stars have in WWE, Ringside News wrote that WWE let go of quite a few talent last week, and a lot of those names were superstars that fans never thought would have been released. With that in mind, it appears that some talent are under no-cut deals. According to Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Triple H made the final decision on the recent WWE releases. It's not clear whether he was given a specific number of people to let go, a financial target to hit, or if the choices were entirely up to him. Even then, Meltzer noted that the logic behind it is simple. When you add new talent to the main roster, you often have to release others, just like in sports. Meltzer also noted that WWE is extremely profitable. In one recent quarter, the company had $194 million in expenses and made $188 million in profit, nearly a 50% margin. Despite that, WWE contracts allow the company to release talent at any time. While most wrestlers must stay until their contracts end, he added that a few wrestlers have no-cut deals right now and said that this system can feel unfair. Many wrestlers make big life choices, like buying homes, based on the expectation that a multi-year deal will provide steady income, while top stars are usually told not to worry, even they can be released in rare cases. For lower paid talent, the sudden loss is even tougher, and Meltzer compared this situation to how contracts often work in the NFL. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.